Well, we're going to be going into CLEM versus ELAZER in a moment. CLEM, of course, playing Celestials. ELAZER, he's been mostly playing Infernals, but I wonder how much Celestials he's going to bring out over the course of this best-of-5 series, because I know that he wasn't ELAZER that dipped into his bag of tricks and brought out Celestials earlier on in this tournament.
For Jagged Maw specifically.
For Jagged Maw.
Yeah, because that map is like, everyone thinks that's unwinnable, basically, against Celestials.
I mean, the area distance is so close.
Through our practice yesterday, we went to a PC bung after the tournament finished up. And yeah, we concluded Jagged Maw is pretty impossible, so I think he'll bring out Celestials there. But for the other maps, he has a really good plan against Celestials, and I think it's going to be a really tough series for CLEM.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to be a great series. You have any thoughts on it, Kiwian?
I have no idea.
No idea.
What's going on? Yeah.
All right. Our expert commentary. We'll be getting started in this game in just a moment, guys. While we wait for that, why don't you make sure you follow Tasteless's channel? He needs your follows, your subscriptions. Check out his merch and all that. A lot of work has gone into this tournament. He's flown a lot of people out here, and
you know Australia's far away.
Australia's far away.
That's
you could fly somebody to the moon quicker than I get here.
I know that's a crazy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I worked with Maynard and Pig for many years. The horror stories are many. But yeah, here we go. And actually, CLEM, holy crap.
Hold on a minute.
God. So CLEM was a Vanguard. We need CLEM bug.
Picked the wrong race.
Well,
I don't think so, but
sorry guys. I was getting excited there.
Yeah, I was also getting excited there for a moment.
I still think he'll be Vanguard though.
You believe
I don't
so?
think that's the bug.
You don't think that's the bug?
No,
it's a
no,
different
no,
bug?
no.
Okay. Well, he might choose Vanguard. He might choose Vanguard.
He has played the most Vanguard.
Yes.
He was really good Vanguard player in all the other betas.
Yeah.
Just imagining CLEM like spawning in, like, wait, none of my buildings are flying. Something's wrong with the game. We have to go for a restart here. I do hope he plays Vanguard. I feel like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love watching the Vanguard Infernal games, right? Like, how do you think about that matchup? Do you think it's balanced both ways?
That's much better than versus Celestial.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So, well, we can play late game because we can hold every orange, but in against the Celestial, really hard to hold that.
I gotcha. So yeah, we'll be getting into that as we fix the bugs. And any predictions, guys? If CLEM, let's say that they play these races throughout, probably Jagged Maw will be Celestial, and then every other matchup will be the Infernal against Vanguard. What do you guys think? How does that go? Is ELAZER going to be better? Is CLEM going to be better?
Just based on the amount of time that they've had to practice, I think you would go with ELAZER.
Okay.
But I think Exos are really powerful, and I know ELAZER was struggling against them. And you think CLEM's micro, going in and out, just focus firing down Hellborns, Magmadons. CLEM can do that really well. So maybe 3-2 to ELAZER.
Oh, okay.
Really, even if he plays Vanguard, you think it's going to be as close as 3-2?
I think Vanguard Inferno is a very interesting matchup, and we don't actually know who's stronger in it yet.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know how good CLEM is going to be with Vanguard in the current build of the game, because you could tell when he was playing Celestials that he generally had a game plan, but there wasn't too much depth into it. It was more about him relying on RTS fundamentals. It was him focusing very heavily on the macro and unit movements, not so much building up in the tech tree. And so I'm worried about him going up against ELAZER, who is one of the brainiest players that we have here at this tournament, because his builds are going to be better. His understanding of the game is going to be a little bit better. And yeah, CLEM does have that mechanical edge. He's got really good micro, and Vanguard, especially with the Exos, they shine with micro. But I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get that much out of his economy or his build if he doesn't have too much economy behind it.
I think there's something to be said for CLEM's approach. Like, I agree with your overall assessment, but it's so early in the game. The fact that CLEM is keeping his approach super basic, where it's like, I don't even know what the tier 3 is. I don't know the tech tree, right? But he's making really good units, and Exos are not that far up the tech tree, right? And that's going to be that's the CLEM unit. He's known from StarCraft 2 for microing bio very well. Microing Marines and medevacs and things like that. So, yeah, maybe it'll help him in a way. I just want to throw out. What do you think there, Top?
Well, I think CLEM is really good micro. He has a really good micro, so definitely he will use EXO really well. And ELAZER is, when I play against him, he is really good in late games. So if ELAZER hold CLEM's EXO rush, well, ELAZER could win. Yeah,
All right.
I think.
Excellent. Well, we are getting into that game now. Looks like we have everything fixed. And, yeah, it looks like it is a Lancer opener here made at that ramp, so he has a little bit of a choke he could block off. The Hexen actually staying at home here for a laser.
Yeah, Laser believes you can't move out on the map with the Hexen. Just in case dogs show up, he gets around, forces a recall. So he finds that there's no real point going out, keeps it home.
Well, I'm curious exactly what Clem's build is going to be with this one. I like the Lancer opening coming in, applying a little bit of pressure here on this early shrine from ELAZER. Hexen going to waddle down, see if he can get some damage done, at least delay the inevitable attack that's going to be coming in. That dog actually looking to get some body blocking in. Not quite able to connect, and now just kind of chilling here on the ramp for a moment. I guess Clem was trying to micro these workers to actually plant down the command post.
Yeah, and still a little bit of harassment going down.
Oh.
I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, so he does turn that into a Fiend, and the Lancer will have to turn around now. But I do like just putting a bit of pressure on.
Do you reckon Clem knows what the skull actually does on the Hexen?
It's like, well, that's weird. How did you get a Fiend out of that?
Oh, look at this body blocking coming in from ELAZER. He's trying to slow down this Lancer as much as he can so that the Gaunts and the Hexen can get some more damage done. Even pulling the creeps to try and aggro here, but with two Lancers, that Hexen's got to watch out.
Yeah, that second Lancer came up out of nowhere, and you know, the ELAZER just kind of caught off guard here. Some good micro on both sides, like really good micro. Clem pulling away, does not want to lose this and provide yet another Fiend, and yeah, the skull does wear off.
Oh, that Lancer barely escaping with 22 HP. I think this one should be able to get out safely. That has a lot of range units chasing it down, but luckily Lancer very quick on its feet, going to be able to retreat back to safety.
I really like this opening. I think Lancer pressure in general in previous phases has been really powerful.
Yeah.
And then it just like keeps your opponent honest. Make sure they're not too greedy.
Actually, Kiwi, and I want to ask you about that because I really enjoyed in an earlier beta when you made like that Lancer with the Lancer upgrade build against like the heavy Gaunt.
Yeah.
Is stuff like that still useful, you think?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work anymore. So.
Oh, look at this nice move coming in by Clem. He's able to catch a laser going in for the health camp, and this is a really big win for the Vanguard player. A lot of damage being done here to these Gaunts. Now, does he actually have enough sustain with a fourth Lancer coming in to join the fight? Maybe he can, but it seems like ELAZER is barely going to be able to get that health camp up. Clem did make it very hard for him, though. I thought for a moment he was going to be able to completely steal that camp.
Yeah, that was some very nice pressure going down over there. Another Conclave going to be going up.
Going to upgrade as well, coming along. And when that comes out on the field, it actually turns the tide, really.
I don't know how much more he's going to be able to do with these Lancers out here. Like, I appreciate that he's actually gotten some magic done just rallying one at a time, but it does feel like he's going to have to probably tech up a little bit from here.
He's still making Lancers for now. I wonder when that Bionic Connection Lab is going to come in.
Yeah, he's making it right now.
Okay.
So the amount of Lancers, like I guess it's just consistent production. But if you have this many Lancers, can't you just get the Lancer upgrade and pretend you're Kiwian from 6 months ago?
I mean, I think he just might. He has so much.
He played like 6 months ago. Me.
He was watching old VODs last night.
It's like, oh, that looks pretty good, actually. You can really kill Gaunts with this.
It almost felt like watching Clem play yesterday when he would like be in these losing situations. He would just stick in the game long enough to try and like figure out exactly what is actually happening. That was, I mean, he's a busy guy. He's been playing a lot of different tournaments lately, also getting ready for the StarCraft 2 tournament coming around here. But you can see really Clem starting to develop over the course of even just this tournament, really absorbing a lot of the information from watching Parting play, watching a lot of the other Celestial players play, and now even adapting some Vanguard builds coming in here against ELAZER.
Well, really, I mean, this lineup of players at this tournament is a bunch of like the smartest, most talented early game players, you know? Like Kiwian, Parting, Theory have all been at the top of the ladder since the very beginning. Probe has been really high up there, you know? And then we got some other guys that have joined a little bit more recently to the top, like ELAZER and Clem, who are so well known in StarCraft 2. So, yeah, we're really seeing huge evolutions during this tournament. And I mean, you're going to see stuff used in this tournament on the ladder for the next days as the game evolves more.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit after the cast yesterday, and I played a couple of Celestial Mirrors. It looked like I was going up against Parting with worse micro.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's already hitting the ladder. It's been fun, though. I feel like the most exciting time in any RTS, and certainly for StarCraft 2 as well, being a StarCraft 2 player, I'm very nostalgic for. It's the very early stages. And actually, hold that thought. Clem really going to commit here. For a moment, I thought he might back off, but with these Lancers actually providing the front line for the first couple of Exos, he's able to get some good damage in on these retreating Gaunts.
Dude, they can tank a lot, the Lancers. It's kind of crazy just how much health and how much stability they have in these situations. Backs up, wants to take this health camp over.
He's able to decap it at the very least. Now ELAZER, these Gaunts going to try and get an arc over on this angle. There's enough Exos here that I feel like the range trades aren't even that good here for ELAZER. He's going to commit regardless, but is this an overextension?
To me, it looks like these Exos just deal so much damage, and without the speed upgrade, well, does he have a speed upgrade on the Gaunts? No, right?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, like the Exos just kite forever then.
Yeah.
All right, well,
now we have it,
forward.
I think, right?
I think it might have just finished up.
Okay. Why had he brought those 4 imps over there, by the way? Were those actually to help fight?
I think he does like going Flaming Imp. So I don't know if
was he trying to scare him out? Because he never turned it on. Like,
if
he turns it on, they'll hit.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe it's just you're trying to fake him out.
He's researching Flaming Imp now, so it wasn't done.
I wonder if maybe he forgot that upgrade or thought he had it already researched.
Yeah, he might have thought it was already done, or, could have forgotten it. It is actually very good. Like, if you can actually get them to connect. I feel like you got to sneak around the map with them, though. You got to, like, come in for flanks, because if you see him coming, you can still kind of kite.
Well, ELAZER coming in, able to pick off at least one Bob. Clem on the run, trying to hunt down these guns. They are so quick once that movement speed upgrade comes in.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, hold that thought, though. Actually, ELAZER,
he
lollygagged for a moment. Yeah.
Ooh, and the Exo upgrade just hit as well, so now he's going to be able to chase them down. Cool little trick to aggro the camp. But now, he just takes it.
Yeah, may as well. Some really good back and forth between these two.
Oh, here comes the Flaming Imp timing. Let's see if we get huge connections.
Yeah, about 8 Imps coming in on the top side. Are they going to flame up? Yes, they will. Coming in on those Lancers. Big connections. Actually getting a lot of splash damage. Also on the Exos. Man, what a route here for ELAZER. Just completely demolishing the position of Clem.
Yeah, and at the same time, he got the speed camp, which actually made it so much easier to get good connections.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But this game was looking so good for Clem.
Yeah.
It just turned around in one moment.
Yeah, Clem really doesn't have anything left here. Kiwi, and if you're in a position like this, like, do you have to switch tech, or you just keep trying to make Exos work?
Actually, Clem needed to make Atlas, and that was that dropship. Evac, yes. Yeah.
Wow, this game turned on its head in a hurry.
It sure did. It sure did.
GG is called.
ELAZER, as he hit his upgrades, really started to punish there.
Yeah, that was insane. Clem was looking to be in a pretty good position for a long time, but then those connections with the Flaming Imps were so good. As soon as that Lancer front line got completely evaporated, those Exos were just so exposed, and with so many Fiends, so many Gaunts coming in, nowhere to run. I got to say, though, Clem looked very good playing Vanguard there in that game #1. I am impressed considering that he mostly has been playing Celestials up until this point. That was a pretty clean Vanguard game against one of the best Infernal players in the world.
Yeah, I really kind of wonder about this. There's a few things going through my mind about this because, ELAZER is bringing some new anti-Celestial tech here today, and we saw a little bit of against Parting, and he said that was his worst stuff. I mean, not against Parting, I'm sorry, against Miggy. And he said that was his worst, weakest stuff. Now, let's not forget they're on the same team, right? Is there a world in which Clem is playing nice, he's not using Celestial, and so ELAZER can kind of save this in case he plays Celestial later? Is that crazy? Nice? Is that crazy?
I don't think any pro gamer is that kind, or you wouldn't become a pro gamer, man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. My wife could beg me to hold back strats against her, and I wouldn't do it.
It is interesting, though. I really want to ask Clem the reasoning behind his switch up here coming in with Vanguard, because I know that ELAZER, he did have a couple of anti-Celestial builds cooked up coming into today. He was very almost excited to bust them out in his matches up against Celestial in these matches. But I don't know if that's the reason why Clem is switching from Celestial into Vanguard, or if there's something else going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's lost confidence in his Celestial. Maybe he'll go back to Celestial now.
No? Vanguard again.
Vanguard.
Well, once Jagged Mod comes out, I'm sure we'll see some Celestial shenanigans.
It might actually be both of them. That could be funny.
Huh. Well, here we go again.
Yeah.
Them on the Vanguard. Now, I wonder what adjustments he's going to make coming in on this larger map from game number 1, because I don't think the Lancer opening is going to be quite as good.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Maybe we'll see some more dog play. Maybe we'll see some faster exos coming in from CLEM.
Top, what would you do on this map against ELAZER?
Well, ELAZER?
No, yeah, against ELAZER. If you're playing Vanguard versus him?
Yeah. Maybe I think only time pressure is not that good.
Yeah.
Because it's very different. Right now, meta is we had to take Soda base early and then make Atlas and E back early. That is best way, but CLEM play like very aggressive style. This is a very risk play, I think. But his micro is good, so well, it's not bad. But he needed to switch his what's that? Armies early, I think. Yeah, needed to that.
So you think it's better if he goes for, say, like a fast third base and plays defensive a little bit and then tries to get on the map?
Yeah. Because Vanguard player hard to attack right now. This meta is,
Yeah, it feels like Vanguard, they don't really catch their stride versus Infernals, or especially against Celestials, until kind of deep into the mid game. It takes a lot of build up in terms of getting that bio ball before they can actually have some presence on the map.
I guess that's when most of your army is like more ranged units, like that's just kind of a natural thing that will happen in RTS, where you're more timing oriented as you hit your critical masses, right?
The thing I don't understand with this Lancer opening is what is it actually achieving at the moment? Like, surely you can go command center first and then do Lancer pressure, maybe off 2 racks. Hits a bit later, you have a few more Lancers and you can attack the natural, which is building at the moment. There's no imps there. So, like, where are we actually hitting? What's the pressure point?
Could it be a hedge against like some sort of infernal cheese?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It could also be that, I mean, CLEM being as good as he is with unit control, and especially in the early game, this is something that he's finding success with on the ladder, but now going up against a player as collected and as skilled as ELAZER, he's just not really able to get the same value.
That's a good point.
You know, his experience playing Vanguard.
Yeah.
And a couple of days since the game is released has really given him.
Sometimes you're so good that whatever you do kind of works. And like that, it could be something like that, right? You need like weaker players to look at it and be like, yeah, this is not doing anything for me.
It's like, I guarantee you, CLEM, most games on the ladder, he does this against pretty much any other Infernal player, and he's probably getting a lot of value out of these early Lancers, but ELAZER has been so on point with his micro. He's navigated his build order really well. Even this Hexen able to get so much damage done, just losing a bit of white health, getting off the skull, getting a couple extra hits in on that Lancer, and then pulls back. So I wouldn't mind if CLEM did something a little bit more what Top was saying, just kind of pulled back on the pressure a little bit, spent a little bit more of his resources on just building up his economy, and then played more for the mid game. And it seems like we only have, okay, never mind. I thought it was just those 2 Lancers, and then we actually have 3 more of them joining here as he goes for the health camp on the ELAZER side of the map.
That's fine. I think you don't want any more than this. Take the resource camps around the map. On this map, obviously your natural is 2 Luminite mines, so we are just naturally going to be more economically focused. And then, yeah, quicker exos, I think. And the big changer from last game, we actually saw it in the last fight against the Flame Imps. CLEM sort of did the SC2 micro of splitting Marines, whereas I think in this game you just want to kite back.
Yes.
Splitting is actually the mistake.
Yes,
So
I completely agree with that assessment.
Yeah, I hope he goes exos maybe a bit quicker and then focuses just on that micro.
It's funny, these things that could give you an advantage will actually play against you later on, right? Like where he's so good at something like that, and maybe that is okay. But yeah, I think it's mostly about just kiting the entire group back in this game.
So I have a question a little bit about the Vanguard macro, because Vanguard, I haven't really played them too much since, actually hold that thought a moment, as ELAZER going to push him back here with these Gons. He does have the speed camp, so he might try to chase these down. Surprise, actually, CLEM was maneuvering towards ELAZER's main base instead of immediately retreating there. These Gaunts are really scary. If that speed upgrade also is able to complete anytime soon, won't be any escape here for these Lancers, but instead CLEM actually just going to commit. This fight's going better for Clem than I thought it would.
Yeah. The Lancers are just so tanky right here, but very good micro there from ELAZER. Like, he is grinding it down over time. His Hexen did a great job tanking a bunch of that in the front. Gaunt stealing that extra damage, and ends up getting one and backing off.
So the question that I had is, how does the double Luminite mine factor in for Vanguard? How Therium heavy does your economy actually need to be to get up a good mass of like exos in the mid game?
Well, I got the guy to ask right
Yeah,
here for
Kiwian.
that.
That's I'm looking at you when I asked this.
I'm like, well, I don't know, State.
Well, what was the question?
Do you really need the fast third base to get Therium? Or as Vanguard, can you just focus on the double Luminite mine?
Double Luminite is much better, I think.
Yeah.
So you can kind of delay the third on this map, you think?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, it's very interesting how this game, as opposed to most other RTSs, the way that the resources are split at different bases, where sometimes you'll get double Luminites like this one, sometimes it'll be... Like, what is that big 4-player map where the center's just like all Therium?
Yeah, Therium Star, I call it.
Therium Star, yeah, I like that. It mixes things up a little bit in terms of the macro build.
For sure.
I hope we keep it going forward. Like, we should try to balance around a wide variety of maps.
Yes.
Just from the get-go.
100%.
Instead of limiting into like a standard map type.
Don't change the maps to fix the balance. People have this weird thought because Brood War uses maps for balance that that's the goal. It's not. Have the maps be interesting and balance the game. I don't know why people have this crazy thought that Brood War did it right.
So it's possible that Jagged Maw isn't like the worst map in the world. You know, maybe close by.
No, that's not possible. That's not possible. No, that's where you're wrong. Dude, that's a lot of Gaunts.
That is a lot of Gaunts. Oh, they got speed upgrade now, too. Those are some speedy Gaunts. These Lancers, they're only lucky to get any connection, so in fact the Bob's going to get pulled here. Are they even overcharged?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's like overcharge is get nerfed in this version.
Yeah,
so
it's much weaker.
Yeah, so it's not a good choice by CLEM, I think.
I guess maybe he just needed to buy a little bit of time.
Well, I thought he was going to die there, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So it worked out for him.
Hey, maybe they did their job.
So that was a win.
Yeah. Small wins, small victories.
Small victories.
It's scary when you have a group of Lancers like that and basically no range damage to back them up against speed Gaunts who can kite you for days. I'm hoping for Clem's sake that he has some Exos in the pipeline, otherwise he's going to have a lot of trouble. And yeah, first Exos joining the army just now.
Yeah, and the Flame Imp time is coming in again, and that pretty much just invalidates all of the Lancers. So losing some here is probably going to be a good idea, because they're all just going to be blown up.
That's a lot of Flaming Imps coming across the map.
He learned from parting here for sure.
Yeah.
Just the flame on timing. Let's go.
Oh, he's going to get surrounded.
Yeah, those Flaming Imps will be coming here in just a moment. All right.
Uh-oh.
They pop. Going to try to find the connections on the Lancers. Actually, Clem just immediately running away. The connection's not quite as good as last game, but still with no front line, these Exos going to try their best to run away from the Fiends. ELAZER on the hunt. Is he going to be able to snowball this one the same way he did in game number 1?
Yeah, it really looks that way. Like, he needs to get away with the Exos, but I mean, they're not speeded up yet. So he's having a very hard time. This is a great surround coming up.
Wow.
Great usage of those Fiends. Backing up, he's going through these little chokes, trying to make something happen, throws on the overcharge, and ELAZER very kindly backs up. Honestly, I think he could have stood and fought that.
Hey, he's going to play nice and cool. I wonder if we're going to see him even just pull a couple more. What are they called? The Flaming Imps. Oh, no, he's just going straight to the main base here with the Gaunts. Oh, these Bobs are going to pop so quick.
Scary timing.
Yeah.
ELAZER's been practicing this all weekend, I think.
Yeah, it really
loves
looks
it.
like it. No, that was great. GG. Really, really well played from ELAZER. Like, you know, Clem is making that good, strong early group of Lancers, and he's insta-punishing. Like, maybe he needs to switch into the Exos quicker? What do you think, Top?
I think his Lancer aggressive style is not that good.
Yeah.
So CLEM has to go CC first, and then maybe accept Lancer, then just go Exo right away, and then if we make Atlas, well, much better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early game Lancers really aren't getting too much done for him in this series.
No.
It may be, like, if he wants to stay on them, maybe you have to trade them more aggressively. Because when they haven't done, like, they let you have some back and forth, and it looks pretty even for the early game. Then Flame On finishes, and they're garbage, and your tanking's gone. So I feel like if you're going to use that, you'll probably have to forcefully trade them, whether you're diving on imps, whether you're forcing an engagement because you're attacking a building, something like that. Because if you just keep them alive and they haven't traded out, they die so quickly.
And then turn into
they turn into fiends.
They help your
which
opponent.
then surround your exos.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bad.
Maybe if he wants to do the same kind of pressure build with Lancers, then he needs to go into the Exos more quickly, because the issue with trying to trade out those Lancers is at some point the Infernals are going to have Gaunt speed, and then the Lancers will literally never connect with the Gaunts. They have no range backline to really dish out damage as you get kited.
Yes, yes.
But
I like the idea of the Atlases too.
yeah, I think that Kiwian's got it. And all right, actually, we're going to Jagged
dude.
Maw, so they're everything out the window. It's going to be Celestials.
what I came
Celestial.
for.
What?
All right.
I do want to mention that I am on record saying this is the worst map ever made. The day that it came out on the ladder during 2 betas.
Oh no, Clem's building a prism.
Uh,
Well, Clem just loses if he lets his prism finish.
yeah, I'm surprised he's going for the Prism. Do both players have a second arc ship underway? What actually did they spend the first core on?
Yeah, I think so.
A second arc ship for ELAZER.
Oh.
Clem doesn't have it.
I don't think that's
boy.
correct.
Yeah, he needs to build like a creation chamber in his main base, I feel like, almost
Yeah,
right
he needs
now.
to turn
Like,
around and do that.
This is a
Like, just moving forward here is getting me really, really nervous for him.
Yeah, it feels
Because
like a
the second
feint,
one's going to
but-
finish and then make morph cores, then he's going to get chased back, man.
Oh, this is scary. If this is a feint, it's a very ambitious one here for Clem.
Guys. Yeah. One of them has 2 arc ships and one of them has 1 arc ship. So this is the main thing that we're looking at right now.
Okay, this actually could work from Clem. If he did build a creation chamber at home while doing this.
Well, he's got 300 Luminite.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think he has a creation chamber.
No.
He's not making
Yeah.
anything.
But imagine if he did. Like, because you have the M-core advantage. Obviously, the first one builds the arc ship.
Yep.
So you're 2 versus 1. You can push your opponent back. Build a creation chamber at home.
But then
Defend.
it's 2 at a time, right? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
How is Clem winning this with 1 arc ship? I actually do not understand. He's getting the better trades.
I don't believe that he actually is.
But up until this point, it was pretty good, right? Am I colorblind?
He just had better
Yeah,
micro?
he started off slightly better, but like
Didn't he
2
also-
more are going to pop against 1 more, right? So it's just, look.
And he's still floating 300.
So
What if he just
3-3
transitions?
Yeah, I feel like he should have started that a while ago, right? There's no way this 1 arc ship's gonna be able to produce it fast enough. He's not even making any kind of. What's the turret called? It's like the link
You need the creation
Link
chamber
node?
for it, though.
link node. Yeah. Oh, you need the creation chamber.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, it's one more reason to get that building started at home.
Dude,
Dude, how is he
What?
doing this? He has 1 arc ship. I do not understand.
Yeah, this doesn't make too much sense to me either.
I genuinely do not get this. Didn't he also make a prism?
no, it must
Am I
be
mistaken?
a visual glitch, maybe.
What?
Okay, transitioning!
To another arc ship.
And he built that one manually without an M-core.
Yeah.
It seems like ELAZER's second arc ship is finally now kicking in, but
Yeah, it took
Like,
him a
we're-
while to
we're-
actually get it going.
yeah, we're a couple minutes into this one, and up until this point, Clem with 1 arc ship and incredible micro has been able to fight against double arc ship. That is crazy to me. But now the issue is, you know, Clem's second arc ship, it's only just now about to finish, and ELAZER's been fully producing on 2 arc ships for a while, so I don't know if Clem is ever going to be able to claw his way back in terms of production.
That was scary. Really, overall. I actually think this might be the way to move away from it. Like, you don't need to go second arc ship then.
Just make the creation
Just pressure
chamber
with the
at home.
first 2, win the 2 versus 1.
I honestly think if we just get 2 good players and have them play on Jagged Maw, trying specific things like 3 times in a row, this will be literally solved.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting here a little bit confused right now, but this is one of the simplest builds I've ever seen, and this should be figured out very, very soon. I still think that ELAZER was supposed to have held it by now and taken the advantage, but I don't know.
Guys, I have no idea what's going on. I actually I never played Celestial, so I have no idea what this happened.
That's okay. Just memorize the build order, and next time you play this map,
Uh,
you choose Celestial and do this.
What you do is you click on your arc ship and then you make the cores.
Is Clem winning
and
again?
then you attack with them. I guess he is. Did ELAZER section off too many of the morph cores to try and chase down Clem?
Clem has a no. It was 3 versus 3.
Okay.
Clem has a better economy. Look, they're spread now. So now he's getting 3 shots against 2. Wow, Clem.
Clem
with the morph core.
Dude, the micro here.
Yeah.
So good. The splits.
Clem is morph.
Here's the problem. ELAZER's using morph cores and Clem's using micro cores.
This is Terran player and Joke player.
Yeah. It's true.
We really know who the better players are now. Yeah.
Joke player just F2 A move.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, you can't F2 the morph cores, I don't think.
Yeah, they go on
The automatic
hotkey 1.
Yeah, the automatic control groups.
I learned this from theory. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the Zerg player is struggling here, I think.
Yes. It's actually, like, I literally was sitting behind ELAZER in theory, and theory told him that, and it was like, what? Oh. Because he was actually concerned that he could not F2 it.
It's like he saw a ghost.
Yeah, no,
this
is actually, you're saying it as a joke, but it's actually.
No, I know.
You were sitting there too, weren't you?
Yeah.
Probe was there. I'm not making this up. This literally happened.
Zerg players.
Well, I believe Clem is counter-attacking, so that's why he has less morph cores. Chasing
Yeah,
away
he
the
is.
prism.
Oh, damn!
And he made the collection array lift up as well.
Yeah, the prism. Dude, the prism's so fast.
So the core cannot shoot the collection array if it lifts, correctly? Correct?
No, it should be able to.
It should be able to.
Yeah, it shoots
It's
there.
flying.
Okay. It shoots there.
Oh.
ELAZER's winning again.
I just want to shut up and let this thing play out, man. I feel like a fool trying to follow exactly how this is going. This is,
I wish the colors were a bit stronger in here. This is actually a little bit hard to see because they both have so much gold and glowingness.
part of it's also, we're casting from a TV that's like 3 meters away. But yeah, it is a little bit tough.
And look at this. He flanks with those 3. Oh, Clem.
But they're super weak. They're actually going to die.
Yeah, but look at him micro them out of range. Just perfect morph core versus morph core fighting.
This is what dreams are made of.
This is what happens when
Dude,
you
I
get...
love watching the arc ships just bump into everything here. That's a part of the micro is bumping with the arc ships.
It actually could be.
It is.
Yeah,
it actually
yeah.
is. Like, I'm watching it. I can see it. They are bumping each other and trying to move stuff out of the way.
Yeah, anytime you play this as Celestials, you always try to channel your inner boxer, like trying to hide the buildings with the floating, the floating structure, so your opponent can't right click on them.
He built a power bank. He transitioned.
This is the transition.
Oh, the big transition now.
Power bank
Yeah.
transition at what, 6 minutes?
Wow. Now, this is why Clem is such a great macro player.
Oh. That's what happens when you get the 2 most technologically. Why is it both in StarCraft 2 and in Stormgate the most lore-wise, technologically advanced civilizations when they actually play in a mirror matchup? It's just the most like
it's
clown
just absurd.
fiesta style fighting.
It's because they're so strong at killing things. Like, the aggression is so good that you can't do anything else.
Well, I think ELAZER is finally reaching the tipping point here.
And I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Yeah, you got me.
Well, yeah.
All right. Very well done by ELAZER. Continues his loser bracket run. He's becoming a dark horse of this tournament right now.
Yeah, ELAZER looking really good.
Yeah.
I got to say, though, I'm impressed that Clem was going to bring out the Vanguard and make some pretty good shows of it, both in Game 1 and Game 2.
Yeah,
His
no, I
early
enjoyed
game,
that.
Not that bad, but just ELAZER with some really crisp timings.
Yeah, we're going to bring over ELAZER for a little bit of an interview, too, and we can ask him about this excellent Morph Core play. That was truly something else.
I actually I agree with what you were saying, Pro. I feel like Clem, his opening in terms of Morph Core versus Morph Core, I'm kind of laughing as I say it.
It was better.
It's so silly. It did seem better overall, right? If he had done a Creation Chamber transition back at home, I think he actually could have played from that. Like, he could have gotten a couple Argents. He was
probably right. You're probably right.
He had like, what, 200 or 300 Luminite for quite a while there. He could have gotten some Argents out. He could have eventually pulled back. And at that point, I don't know how useful the cores actually are going to be if you have some Argents, pretty high in energy back at home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have the setup right, I guess you might be able to hold. It's the times that we see the Argents not work is when the Morph Cores are in your base.
Yeah.
So the fact that he took like an aggressive advantage right at the beginning with the pure Morph Core, yeah, if he goes Argent behind, he has 3 or 4 of them when he comes back. I think you're probably right.
Because I know we're going to see this again. like today.
No,
We're gonna
we
hear on
won't.
Jagged Mod.
No,
We're
it's
gonna get a
over.
couple more iterations
Listen,
of this.
you look at him smile. He knows he's literally about to do it.
No, I'm playing
Yeah.
Infernal on the map.
All right, we should have a laser here in just a second.
Yeah, I really want to hear his thoughts on it because I felt like CLEM was just better off there in the beginning, and I kind of feel the energy coming in from ELAZER even
I have
a couple
no
of
clue.
rooms away.
Yeah.
The stress, that kind of situation where it's like, wait, I made a second arc ship, I'm making cores out of both my arc ships, and I'm losing versus one?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well, it is that one advantage that you have, so you have to wait for the arc ship to finish, and then as it makes one, you're catching up, but they've already dealt extra damage to your first Morph core that was made. Well, it would be your second Morph core, right? So I think it takes like 3 Morph cores for you to get the advantage back.
Yeah.
If you look at the damage output,
Yes.
I think that's the case.
And it's also, if you build the arc ship straight away, you don't have enough money to start your second M core.
Yeah, it slows you
Like
down
straight
a
away.
little bit.
So ELAZER's first M core is going to be delayed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then, yeah, that really does make it go back. But, yeah, it's going to be something. It'll actually literally be completely figured out, like, by tomorrow.
We're going to solve this.
ELAZER. Infernals are the best at Morph cores. Would you agree?
I think so. I mean, we got it, from the start. We're good at it.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations, you're making quite the run. We were wondering, why do you think CLEM went with Vanguard against you the first 2 games?
I mean, it's his main race since like a long time, right?
Yeah.
It just, and it probably fits him better. It just like he played Celestials for like 1 day before this tournament, so he figured maybe he's gonna switch it up.
That say really make me sad. I lost to him in Celestial.
And then you see him play Vanguard, and you're like, I could have done better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, we were really curious about that very last game on Jagged Maw because Clem went for just 1 arc ship. You went for the double arc ship. And despite that early on, it seemed like Clem actually had an advantage. Were you worried at all in the game? Because we were wondering if he had done like a creation chamber transition back at home, you might have not been able to close it out.
I think I would be, but like the thing is, like the arc ship doesn't give me anything, right? So I think his opening is just better at the start because he has more M cores for a little bit.
Yeah.
So at the start, in this case, well, it doesn't really matter what you do because you have the same amount of money. I'm thinking maybe like the best opening would be like get a prism first to get like a little bit more mining. Something like that maybe is better, but because
he did open prism right away.
He did prism first.
Yeah, he made 1 prism.
Okay, then maybe his opening is just maybe better than mine. Actually, yeah, that
Seemed
sounds
like
correct.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to watch that replay.
Because I don't have money to do constant production. So he has more M cores at the start, and later on when he gets his second big ship, then he gets more M cores in the end because he has prism. He started with prism, so he has more money.
Yeah.
So yeah, his opening is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Solved.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
We're very
No,
close.
but-
We're
no,
very
but-
close.
Let's not reveal any of the secrets just yet.
but-
Prob's
Is
got to
Part-
showcase
is
some
parting
more.
awake yet?
Yeah, but I don't know if maybe he can like if he plays this the way he played, maybe I can do something else. So it's
Yeah, maybe we actually
Hey.
have
The
a real
meta-
game.
the
We're
meta-
expanding the meta.
the meta is gonna evolve for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that map isn't so bad after all.
Well, no, it's terrible.
can't
I
even say it
guarantee
with
you
a
that
straight
map
face.
will always be bad. You just can't make maps that look like that, guys. Remember Scrap Station? No, thank you. Not again. Okay, yeah, anyways, the looking back at the Vanguard versus Infernal games, what did you think about, he was using like kind of the older style of the, the pressure of Lancers, but your Flame on Imps just kind of crushed that. What do you think about the type of opener that he did?
Yeah. So I went Hutch. I went Citadel first, or whatever it's called.
Shrine.
Shrine.
Oh, God.
I went
These pro gamers, man.
No, I just say I just called hatchery,
Yeah.
And I make a bunch of drones, but no, but okay, I went. This building first into Gaunt, so that's like the most greedy you can do because brutes are stronger and whatever. But when he went Lancer pressure first, that's supposedly be the best case scenario for him. But he still cannot really do much because my imps do decent damage.
Yeah.
I have 2 Gaunts, I have Hexen. The Hexen, the skulls do a lot of damage. They do like 50 damage a hit. And I have, first 2 skulls I used to get a creep. to kill the dog from the speed camp, so I get a fiend, so that's very good. On some maps I cannot do it because not all of them have like a speed camp next to my base.
Yeah.
But on the 2 maps we played, there was that, so it helped me a lot because I get a scouting fast. So maybe if he does that, it should be on a different map. Because here I just get a fiend fast from the camp. I just scout, I see everything, and on top of that I have a fiend that harasses him, it's annoying. So I think I got ahead from the opening, and after that he's probably, I got far ahead from the opening because he's playing a pressure build versus the most greedy build, and doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
And after that I just rush the Gaunt upgrades, because the moment I have the Gaunt speed, which is tier 2 upgrade, I basically can kite Lancers, and I can even chase down Exos, even with the speed buff. So
Yeah, I felt like the Exos came in pretty late for Clem too.
yeah, exactly. So I think if he goes faster Exos, it's I'm much in much more trouble, right? Because I need time to get this tier 2 upgrade for the Gaunts, and before that I'm kind of struggling. I have to build some towers. You could see that in the first game.
Yeah.
And the first game was still like not the best opening for Clem, I feel like. But I had to get a tower and defend a bit. But the moment I have Flame Imps and the Gaunts, I feel like he needs to transition to something else. I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I think
it definitely seemed that way. Any questions for him, guys?
No, I think that's it. Let's keep
more Celestials coming up?
I mean, if they,
Yeah, I
if
guess
they
so.
like, I'm not picking that map. They picking that map.
Yeah, I know. Clem actually, I think was that the first or the second pick for Clem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with them when we were drafting. Clem was just like, yeah, let's go Jagged Maw, man. I want to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna research a bit. I'm gonna practice this. So if they pick it again, I'm gonna be like one step ahead in the meta.
Yeah.
Maybe double Prism opening or something.
It seems like Clem was
Double
onto
Prism.
something there. It felt like it.
Yeah, it was better for sure than what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, thank you for the interview, ELAZER, and congratulations.
Thank
Guys, we're going to go to a quick little commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue on with the tournament.